Independent School District's Board of Trustees. My name is Andrea Nicholas, and as Board President, I have the pleasure of calling this meeting to order. Please note this meeting is being live streamed on YouTube. For this reason, I ask that you please silence your cell phones, and if you must take a call during the meeting, please quietly step out. As you know, this is a meeting of the Board of Trustees being held in front of the public, which is not the same as a public hearing or meeting up for the public. The board and the district appreciate the interest of our constituents and welcome you to our meetings. However, in our Board of Trustee meetings, only the board members and members of the administration who are providing information to the board should be speaking during the course of the meeting, except for the portion of the meeting designated for public input. Should any audience member have a question during the course of the meeting, please do not interrupt the meeting or interject your question or comment in the middle of the meeting. Instead, please raise your question or concern with an appropriate person at the conclusion of the meeting so that the board can conduct our board business without interruption. Let's begin with the biographies of our student presenters, sir.
All right. Madam President, board members, faculty, staff, and students, good evening. Today we get the honor of listening to our first pledger coming from Fort Sam Houston Elementary, Miss Eleanor Douglas, proud member of Miss Ayala's 5th grade class. Eleanor is the daughter of Tracy Douglas and Colonel Matthew Douglas. She is the youngest of 3 children and has 2 older siblings, Cicely, a junior at Cole High School, and Ian, an 8th grader at Coleman. I know your brother, so we go way back. So, Eleanor's favorite subject is English language arts and reading, and she has a strong passion for both reading and writing. Outside of the classroom, Eleanor enjoys getting lost in a good book and expressing her creativity through the participation of the drama club. Looking ahead to the future, Eleanor hopes to attend college after graduating from high school and ultimately achieving her dream of becoming a veterinarian. Our middle school pledger is 8th grade at Robert G. Cole Middle School, Kaylee McElroy. Not a senior, not a 5th grader, 8th grader. Isn't that right, Mom? I went through all of them. Kayla comes from a proud military family. Her father has served in the military for 20 years, beginning straight out of high school. Kayla has a brother, Tyler, who's a sophomore at Cole High School. Although military families often relocate every 1 to 3 years, Kayla feels fortunate to have moved only 3 times. She was born in Colorado, where her family was stationed for 5 years and where she lived for 3. She has also lived in San Antonio, Texas for 5.5 years and in California for 5 years. What part? Malibu? Monterey. Sorry, Monterey. A few months ago, her family moved back to Texas, where they are happy and to be settling down and plan to stay. Outside of school, Kayla enjoys spending time at the field with her friends. As a full-time student athlete, Kayla often goes straight from school to 4-hour gymnastic practices, a challenge that has taught her strong time management and balance. Looking ahead, Kayla plans to attend either the University of Texas at San Antonio or the University of California, Los Angeles, and hopes to pursue a career in medical field or in sports. Kayla is especially excited about graduating college, becoming an adult, and building her own path in life. She looks forward to seeing where her hard work and dedication will take her. Very good, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And our high school inspirational presenter message will be presented by senior Kayla Stevens. Kayla has been a student at Cole Middle High School since her 7th grade year. Her parents, Teresa and Justin Stevens, sought a new educational path for their daughter and trusted that Cole would provide her with the opportunities and support she needed to thrive. During her time at Cole, Kaylee explored a variety of electives, including culinary arts, band, and photography. However, color guard quickly became her greatest passion. She has been a dedicated member of the color guard team since the end of her 8th grade year and earned a varsity position as a sophomore. As a varsity member, Kaylee has completed in numerous marching band and winter guard competitions, consistently helping her teams grow, improve, and raise their performance standards. In her senior year, she was proud to serve as color guard captain. Following her graduation from Robert G. Cole High School, Kaylee plans to attend Palo Alto College, where she intends to major in veterinary science. She aspires to become a veterinary technician and is eager to care for animals in all shapes and sizes. Very good. So, that being said, Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Being a member of Cole has deepened my personality and who I am as a person. There is something always new here. The school spirit here is remarkable. Everyone goes all out for their love for the school, especially on spirit weeks. The students here have so much love and dedication for their students. Being a part of this community has truly been an honor. I originally dreaded coming to this school, to be honest, knowing I'd have to leave all my friends at another school was sickening. At first, I stayed completely to myself and shut everyone out. Little did I know, coming to this school was the best change to ever happen to me. I've met so many people that have altered my life. I made good decisions and bad decisions, and even mistakes that have taught me very valuable lessons. I never really expected this school to change my perspective of life. My other schools before this had students that didn't support each other or pull to each other, but here at Cole, everyone is a team. Speaking of teams, I am a part of one of the best teams out there, the Robert G. Cole Color Guard. I was never really a part of the team before. I'll never forget the day Mr. Stollen, the former band director, had me in his office and recommended I join Color Guard. I was nervous at first because most of the time I would just sit back to myself and not talk to any others. The team was mostly older, but right away I felt welcomed. I made friends, which for me was very hard. For the first time in my life, I started picking up things fast. Learning new Korean was always my favorite. I pushed myself to learn more and more. I've always had so many memories, like amazing memories from this. From football games to meeting new people at game competitions. Football games were my personal favorite. Having the crowd and bright lights in my face was one of the best feelings ever. And whenever the team would score a touchdown, we'd all run to grab our flags to perform the fight song. We were so hyped and we loved it. I've always hated attention, but whenever I have a flag, I immediately want all the attention on me. I want to show off what I've worked so hard for and what I've become so passionate for. One of my favorite memories being a part of the marching band was Battle of the Bands sophomore year. I made so many everlasting memories that night. The whole month prior, me and my friends and peers had been pushing ourselves to perfect the choreo that we were going to perform in front of thousands of people. We were all very exhausted. The day came and we were all excited to show off everything we had achieved. The crowd went crazy as the Cole band performed. They loved it. We all started jumping from joy from that performance. Then the night came where all high school bands would join and play a big piece. Right after performing, the last note echoed throughout the stadium and fireworks went off. I remember that moment very vividly. I knew as I was watching those fireworks, I was meant to be a part of this, in this community. Joining Color Guard has really been a truly life-altering moment. The people I met here have made me feel so loved. No matter what people have said about us, we continue to have fun and keep pursuing our dreams. Being a part of the team has been amazing, and being able to lead them is one of my greatest accomplishments ever in life. We have cried together, laughed together, and done so much. Those girls have helped me become the person I am today. I used to completely be scared to talk to others, yet ever since I joined the team, I became the person I always needed to be. I dread the day that I'm going to have to put that flag down for the last time. I didn't just gain a team, I gained a family.
I think she's missing her calling. That was poetry. You told a story from start to finish. Man, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So Kayla, I would just love this, well, first of all, to my elementary and middle school, students, phenomenal job. You guys are very brave, because when I was your age, I never dreamed to get in front of a group of people, let alone adults, to speak. So I congratulate you on, you know, having the intestinal fortitude to stand up and stand out. Good job. And you said two things that really got my attention. And you talked about support. You talked about your classmates being supportive of you and being supportive of each other. That is more powerful than you can imagine, because around the country, kids are fighting against each other. So it makes our district feel good to know that the students are working together, listening, crying, happy, laughing with each other. That means everything. That's half of the battle. And you would love the spotlight. I like the spotlight too. I love to hear that from, from being kind of closed in and, not speaking out in front of people, kind of shy, to just being out and being who you are, letting your flowers grow. But I'm glad to hear that. I really am. Well, great job for all of you.
As we're gonna take a picture.
Great job.
Do we have, are any of their parents present?
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, that's good. That was good. Okay, good support.
You ready? Agenda item number 2, the quorum. With 4 of the 5 board members present, I declare a quorum. For the record, the following board members are present: Colonel Rebecca Zanate, Vice President; retired Colonel Aaron J. Braxton II, Secretary; Willie White Jr., Member; and myself, Andrea Nicholas, President. Not present is Dr. LaToya Sizer. Agenda item number 3, public comment. Board policy BED logo sets out the requirements for the public comments portion of our meeting. During regular board meetings, public comment may address any topic, whether posted on the agenda or not. During special called meetings or work sessions, public comments are limited to the items posted on the agenda. Excuse me. Okay. To participate in public comment portion of a meeting, members of the public must sign their name on the sign-in sheet no later than 5 minutes before the meeting is scheduled to begin, and shall indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. The sign-in sheet will be placed on the podium in the Professional Development Center located at 1908 Winans Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78234. We do have two that have signed up for public comment today, so I will read the guidelines for participation. A meeting of the Board of Trustees is a meeting of the board in public, not public meeting, which is to say that audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the public comment section of the meeting. At all other times during the meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board. 2, during public comment, the board may furnish specific factual information or recite policy, but by law, the board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda for that meeting, and any deliberation or decision by the board will occur during discussion of the agenda item and not during public comment. 3, during regular board meetings, public comments may address any topic, whether posted on the agenda or not. During special called meetings or work sessions, public comments are limited to the items posted on the agenda only. 4, in order to participate in the public comment portion of the meeting, members of the public must sign up with the presiding officer or designee no later than 5 minutes before the meeting is scheduled to begin, and shall indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. 5, individuals may be given up to 3 minutes to speak during public comment. However, when necessary for effective meeting management or to accommodate large numbers of individuals wishing to address the board, the presiding officer may make adjustments to the public comment procedures, including adjusting when public comment will occur during the meeting, reordering agenda items, deferring public comment on non-agenda items, continuing agenda items to a later meeting, providing expanded opportunity for public comment, or adjusting the time allotted to each speaker. However, no individual shall be given less than 1 minute per person to make comment. 6, a member of the public who addresses the board through a translator shall provide A member of the public who addresses the board through a translator shall provide the translator. A member of the public who addresses the board through a translator must be given at least twice the amount of time as a member of the public who does not require a translator. 7, the presiding officer or designee shall determine whether a person addressing the board has attempted to solve a matter administratively through resolution channels established by policy. If not, the person's presentation shall be halted, and the person shall be referred to the appropriate policy to seek resolution. D, G, B, A, employee complaints. B, F and G, student or parent complaints. And C, G, F, public complaints. 8, there shall be no disruption of the meeting by members of the audience. If after at least one warning from the presiding officer, an individual continues to disrupt the meeting by his or her words or actions, the presiding officer may request assistance from law enforcement officials to have the individual removed from the meeting, and once the individual is escorted off the premises, the person is not permitted to return during the meeting. Individuals with signs, props, or displays shall sit in the last row of chairs or along the back wall so as not to interfere with the meeting or with the public's observation of the meeting. 9, during public comment, individuals shall not use the name of district employees or of district students unless the student about whom they are speaking is their own. Again, as I stated, we do have 2 that have signed up. Our first person up is Melissa Butler.
again. I like your purple shirt. Thanks for wearing it. For the month of the military child, that's why we're here, right? We're a district that serves the military families, and that's our goal, our number one goal here. Board members, I'm so thankful for the community member that's posted today that the meeting is happening. Nothing was sent on Parent Square, and the district office, I didn't see anything until last night, that this meeting was happening. So I believe that we need 72 hours notice, so it would be awesome if we can push that out through all the avenues, all the channels that, this base and the school district utilize to make sure that the community members know that this is happening and have a chance to make arrangements to attend. It is important, and it would be lovely to have more stakeholders here and be aware of what's going on. All right, let's look at a couple things that are being voted on tonight. Number one, the renewing of the elementary school principal's contract. I believe many of you are aware, if not all, that there have been a lot of complaints recently sent to TEA, to you all, to Dr. Bates, and to Colonel Slack, over the toxic leadership and mishandling of student IEPs, ignoring parents, and good staff being threatened and pushed out or forced to quit. These are inconsistent checks and balances that require a thorough review before we proceed and confirm this contract. The elementary school work environment is bleeding out. Please stop the bleeding. I speak on behalf of many parents and staff, past and current, to interview for a principal who is known for their competence and their character. At the elementary school, I don't know if you've been there in the cafeteria there right at the beginning, there are 6 pillars in our school, and we celebrate these pillars. We award students for showing these pillars. We have them on t-shirts. We have monthly lunches for the elementary students celebrating these pillars. I want to read them to you. Trustworthiness, caring, respect, honesty, fairness, and responsibility. Can we please conduct a formal interviews and hire a principal whose character emulates these pillars? It is important that the leader leads by example, and that leadership is felt throughout the staff, and it trickles down into the students who we serve. Second request is for a formal third-party neutral audit. We have had the same audit company for many years, Coleman, Horton and Company. The CFO brought them in and has kept them close. When our finances have been mishandled and our books have not been, yet the books have balanced over the years, we really do need a third-party audit. Please see to this. It is essential. The ASFO and CFO, formerly the CFO, on April 8th said she knew all along that the substitute deductions were put in a liability account rather than sent to corporate
Your
as she
time
already
is up,
said.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next person is Jennifer Morse. If I mispronounce it, please, when you step up, correct me.
You did it correctly. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
I'm gonna try to get this in 3 minutes. I apologize if it goes a little bit quickly. Thank you for hearing the concerns. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of several staff members to something that is often harder to measure than test scores or reports, but just as critical to the success of the school system: leadership, culture, and trust. Strong leadership is not about maintaining comfort, it's about making necessary changes, even when those changes are difficult. Restructuring systems, refining procedures, and holding high expectations for both staff and students is very complex work. It requires courage, consistency, and a willingness to make decisions that may not always be popular, but are grounded in what is best for our students. I want to acknowledge that the work being done to strengthen our systems and improve outcomes does not go unnoticed by everyone. Growth in staff, alignment in practices, and a clear focus on student needs are all signs of a district moving forward with purpose. Prioritizing students over adult convenience is not easy, but it is absolutely essential. At the same time, I think it's important to address the narrative that is forming in the community. There has been a great deal of criticism directed at campus and district administrators, much of it shared publicly on social media. Unfortunately, a significant portion of that information is incomplete or inaccurate. When assumptions are presented as facts, it creates confusion and undermines the very people improvement. Additionally, there has been concern about staff departures, and what is not always being acknowledged is that many of those individuals had already expressed intentions to leave prior to the current administration. Without that context, it is easy to draw conclusions that don't reflect the full picture. I would ask this: how does ongoing negativity, especially when amplified publicly, serve our students? How does it strengthen our schools, support the students and the teachers both, or create a stable environment for children to learn and grow? Constructive feedback has a place, but persistent public criticism without full context does not move a district forward. If the shared goal is to provide the best possible education and environment for students, then the conversation must shift. It must become more balanced, more informed, and more focused on solutions rather than speculation. Our students are watching how adults respond to challenge and to change. They deserve to see a community that models responsibility, respect, and a commitment to progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 4, achievement and special recognition. Would anyone like to make an announcement or any special achievement? Okay.
I'd like to give a shout out to the elementary school. My family and I attended the Purple Up. I can't see some of y'all with this podium, man. So we attended the Purple Up, and so I got a chance to go to the elementary school to include the book fair. I just thought it was fascinating how the book fair has grown. I remember we used to be in the library. You know how small the library is at the elementary school? And now it's in the gym, right? And I think you made over $21,000 PTO. $21,000, right? The impact that you guys are making, it just speaks volumes to your commitment, your dedication, and the wavering support that each of you are giving to each other, that you're actually bringing it to the school and to the district. And so, you know, actually I took my youngest son with us, and he was like, I don't remember Purple Up. I said, son, you was in that line. And we were supporting you. And so, and also we had the 232 Medical Battalion, the actual command that actually sponsors the school, were in attendance as well. And so I just want to say thank you, and I got a chance to witness the energy. You know, one kid was just so excited. You know, he was marching all in. I'm like, ain't nothing in this book bag, but he was just excited about school. So, I mean, but I guess that's the joys of life, right? And so we just want to say thank you for all that you do, and I definitely got a chance to just witness some of the goodness that takes place within the walls of the elementary school. I did get a chance to go to the middle school because I got a chance to go into the book fair just to see it. But thank you for all those that participated or involved to make that a huge event. So thank you.
Exactly. Thank you for that. Anyone else? We'll move on to agenda item number 5, minutes from the regular business meeting of March 25th, 2026. The superintendent recommends approving the minutes from the regular business meeting of March 25th, 2026 as submitted. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve this item?
Madam President, I motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I say,
It has been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes from the regular business meeting of March 25th, 2026 as submitted, signify by raising your hand, saying aye, and stating your name.
I, Willie White.
I, Rebecca Simontee.
I, Aaron Bryson, second.
I, Andrea Nicholas. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. At this time, agenda item number 6, we'll move into closed meeting as authorized. I'm sorry. Items number 6, 7, and 8 on the agenda will be, and 9 will be moved to a different meeting, or our next meeting, due to the nature of their items, the items that we need to discuss. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 will be moved to our next meeting. Alright, good. Agenda item number 10, superintendent's report.
Okay. Madam President, board members, faculty, staff, community members, once again, good evening. We have a few things for the month of April. Teaching and learning, Dr. Shanetta, good evening, you have the call, ma'am.
Good evening, Madam President, Dr. Bank, board members. Have a lot going on springtime. We are into the state assessment season. So we have started testing, and so far it has gone really well. And so I want to thank the campus administration and the campus testing coordinators and the district testing coordinator, Ms. Lori Fuller, very organized. So hopefully we'll get through it, and we will keep going on. Also planning summer professional learning for the summer based on needs for teachers. Also, as you know, we have the intent of applying for the teacher incentive allotment through TEA, and we have submitted the application. It was due today. We submitted early, so fingers crossed. A huge shout out to our lead, Lori Fuller. Could not have done it without her. We are currently, she's working on a handbook that will be very black and white on how things work, providing supports to teachers. But we're very excited for this opportunity for our teachers to get additional monies for their work with kids. Also, we're working on curriculum material ordering for next school year. Tonight you'll hear about the recommendation for the middle school math that the teachers would like. And so we're just rocking and rolling. Busy time.
Are there any questions?
Okay, Ms. Fisher, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
You have the call, ma'am.
Good evening, board. First of all, I do want to thank Colonel Braxton and his wife for attending the Purple Up. Kids loved that event, and it's always awesome to see our families supporting the students because they also serve, right? They also have to do some of the moves and changes, as one of our students spoke about, the challenges of leaving their friends behind, right? So I appreciate all that support. Going on and moving on to events that are coming up, we have our last house color lunch on April 17th, which is this Friday. We will have our STAR Science assessment on August 21st. Then we will be off for Battle of the Flowers. On April 28th, we return for STAR Math. And then on April 29th, kindergarten is doing a change of field trip. They will be going to the Magic Theater since the park is closed. On April 30th, our Fine Arts Department wanted to put on an additional performance, so they will be doing a Step into Wonderland at 5:30 at the elementary cafeteria. May 1st, we have fifth grade going to Randolph for the air show. On May 1st, we also have the Spring Fling. It's a Stuco sponsored event, and it's one of their fundraisers. On May 5th, we have Fiesta with Fisher. It's a principal's coffee. It's going to be in the afternoon to have parents come over and share any thoughts, concerns, and just giving us an opportunity to close out the school year. May 7th is the fifth grade celebration. This is a new event that we are working on. It's titled Let Them Be Little. It is their last hurrah for being at an elementary school. So making sure that they have a good last fun day as an elementary student. May 8th will be our field day, and May 8th we also have a PTO meeting in the afternoon at 5 o'clock. May 12th, third grade goes to the zoo. They also changed their field trip up this year. May 14th, we will have the third grade spring musical. May 15th, we start with our stepping up ceremonies for pre-K. On the 16th is when we have a registration event where we are going to welcome families over to the elementary so that they could work on the registration if they need assistance. May 18th, we have another pre-K stepping up ceremony. We also have end of the year awards for kindergarten and first grade. On May 19th, we have another pre-K stepping up ceremony, and we have our fifth grade promotional ceremony. May 20th, kinder will be doing rotations all day on the 20th and the 21st. One day they'll be indoors, one day they'll be outdoors. We have end of the year awards on May 20th for second grade and third grade. On May 21st, we have our senior clap out at 9 o'clock. So seniors will go to the elementary before they go to their practice. We also have our awards for fourth grade. And we have our last pre-K stepping up ceremony all on the 21st. On the 22nd, our last day of school, we will be clapping out our fifth graders in the morning at 8:30. 8:30, yes. And also all our retirees.
Is there an empty day on the month?
There,
I'm just saying.
there is not. We are trying to fill them up with fun events for our kids. They work really hard all year, and I think they need to have some time to enjoy and celebrate being kids.
So the rotation in and out of the building that they're gonna be doing, what are they gonna do?
So they do STEM activities that are tied to their current curriculum.
Can you repeat, please, the date of the clap out for the fifth graders?
For the fifth graders, it's May 22nd, that's day of school.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Sarna, good evening, sir.
It's a lot, you know, sound like a lot of dates, and I got some more too, so I feel like, man, I wish I would've gone first. Just add to the pile. A lot of the dates you'll see, I know at both campuses, they'll be on the Google Calendar, campus website, and, you know, we do blast some of these out in our bulletin, so there's plenty of places to find the dates. And also, I know we try to get Dr. Bates and Ms. Tim in some of the dates too, so.
May's pretty
If there's
busy.
any questions, just let us know, we'll get you somehow, some way, we'll get you the dates and times, because it is gonna be hard to keep up. So at Cole, first thing we'll talk about is Saturday. This past Saturday, we had a Purple Up fun run and walk. I know we said fun and run don't go together, so that's what it's called. Fun run and walk. Ms. Morris, I know, was out helping out with the elementary group, and Ms. Black. You know, those are some of the other staff members that come together to help make that a fun event. We also have culinary chip in. They pitch in the tacos, the free tacos you get from our culinary students. That was on Saturday as part of the month of the military child. Today, we have what's called Muse, which is a photography and culinary collaboration. That's to showcase those two career technical education programs. So you'll see that there's gonna be a lot of photography items for sale, bags, coasters, even the pictures themselves, framed and signed. You'll see one of the tables is gonna have one of our students, two students work, but they won $29,000 in scholarships from the San Antonio Rodeo and Austin Rodeo. And culinary walks around with hors d'oeuvres. It's just a really nice event to go to. You can go down there and buy some pictures and just enjoy some free snacks. But it makes our students proud because that's something that they put on. And we'll also announce our Teacher of the Year. I don't know if that's okay to say because we're running late on that. That was Brenda Marfiotto, our photography teacher. She is the Teacher of the Year for Robert G. Cole. She'll get that announcement today in about 40 minutes. I'm stepping from here to there a bit. All right, events that we have coming up. It's going to be a lot of award ceremonies and such, so I'll give you the dates. I think I'd like to cluster them and give them to you again a little bit later.
No.
But Monday, we have JROTC Awards at 6 p.m. May 1st is our change of command for our JROTC battalion. That's 10 a.m. here in the stadium. May 6th, LCDC Awards. That's for our middle school students. That's 1:30 in the Mosley Gym. May 12th, Middle School Awards. May 12th, Academic C Awards. May 13th, Athletic C Awards. Those are clustered because every time we do an event, we ask our custodians and facilities to set up. So we try to limit how many times we get them going in and out. So we want them to be able to set up and we can cluster around their work because we appreciate all the stuff they do for our school too. And the biggest date is May 22nd is graduation.
Wow.
So 6 p.m. at Laurie Auditorium, we'd like to see everybody there to celebrate the class of 2026. all I have.
Thank you, Dr.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Did
I
you show
try
your,
to-
did you
I-
show
I'm
your
like 20 minutes
festive
and 3
tie?
minutes.
Did you show your festive tie to everyone?
I didn't show it to anybody, I didn't.
I'm liking
You
it.
got a Fiesta tie, I
Got a
know it starts
Fiesta.
tomorrow, I won't see you. So I was, how do I do purple, Fiesta, I don't do it all at once, and it was starting to weigh my jacket, my coat down, so I said, let me just knock it all out today.
Nice tie.
Fiesta starts tomorrow, and our students are always a part of that, we'll be in the Battle of Flower Parade too.
That's right.
And River Parade, I know we got that going.
That's right.
Doesn't stop.
Any other dates on that?
April 20th is probably the River Parade. And our students will be on the float, one of the floats, still led by Dr. Rios, who does that for us. And the 24th is the Battle of Flowers Parade. That's that Friday. It's probably about a 10:30, 11 a.m. start. You can watch it on TV.
Tickets now.
I'm like, yeah.
I just said, get your tickets now.
All right, all good, sir?
Hey, thank you, Dr.
All right,
Sarah.
Appreciate
now,
it.
thank you, guys.
I know, Dr. Sultan, you've got you're on the agenda. Ms. Novak,
Yes, sir.
you have the call, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So district staff members continuing to work with corporate regarding the FICA alternative accounts for our substitute employees. An information session was held on April 8th. Participants have the option to attend in person or via Zoom. District staff, as well as Corbridge Divisional Vice President Ramona Dalton and Financial Advisor Tommy Ortiz, provided information to the attendees. The accounts for numerous employees have been resolved, and outreach to the employees who have not yet set up their accounts continue, and we remain committed to full resolution, sir. That's my report, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Novak. Technology, I know you have yours on the agenda. Athletics, Coach Norman.
Woo-hoo! One of those principals now. Just kidding.
Many jobs.
Good evening, everybody. First, I want to thank, just send some thank yous out. I know Dr. Cerna, #1, for filling in for me every time I'm not here with the updates, so I appreciate him keeping you guys updated. Just kind of follow up on that. Some things came up on us in athletics at the last minute. We hosted 2 track meets, the middle school district meet and the high school district meet, and I think we pulled off pretty flawlessly. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited our community gets to see our athletes run here at Cole. And just a thank you to the board, Superintendent Dr. Bates, the staff, all the way down to the elementary school who allowed some of their employees to come over to help work it, pull it off. Ms. Rodriguez out there helping us like day 3 at work, and Jacob being the rock that he is in our technology department to get our data flowing out there and make sure that they went off flawlessly. We have community members, parents out there, so really a community event, and we look forward to just keep growing that. Ms. Nicholas, I know you like seeing events here, and we do too. So I think we got the groove now, so we're excited to have everything come into Cole. Just to kind of follow up, we pulled all those off. Our golf tournament was a success. Our district golf tournament was a success. So we're doing a lot of work in athletics. Our baseball fields are complete. Baseball's playing there now. I think MWR, Brett Cannon over there, he's been invaluable to us in athletics and just supporting what we're doing here at Cole. Now we have our boys and girls baseball and softball teams both playing at the same spot. So it's gonna have to happen in phases to get to a true baseball field. We're worried about the fence being too short. There's only been 1 home run hit out so far. So we're doing good, and we have all our kids here on post, and they're not having to travel to get anywhere. So we're excited about that. Baseball, softball, both teams. So our girls softball team is gonna be in a play-in with Randolph on Tuesday to see if they get in the playoffs. That's gonna be at Marion High School probably. We need a neutral site, so we'll follow up and we'll get that information. Baseball, again, they're at the win Friday. If they win Friday, they're in. If we don't win Friday, there's a million different scenarios where we could or could not be in, so we'll keep you updated on that if our teams both get in the playoffs. Our golf team, district champs, they advanced to regionals. They concluded their season on Tuesday. Shout out to Josh Zimmerman, Joseph Panic, Garrett Gardner, Ethan Braxton, Levi Kitson, and Carson Key. Went down to Victoria and competed these last 2 days in our regional championship. Made us proud here at Cole. Tennis, which I spent a lot of time with. Last year we had 3 kids go to regionals. This year we have 9. Tomorrow, our Friday and Saturday is the regional tournament in Jourdanton. Our girls were our district champs, and our boys were the runners up. So super proud of those guys. And then our track team area meet is tomorrow in Jourdanton. Both teams are runners up in the district meet. numerous athletes advancing to the area meet, and we're looking forward to some of those athletes punching their tickets to state. The shout outs, previous school record in the girls 800 meter was 2:22.73, set in 2018, and this story is pretty cool because it happened here at Cole. In our district meet, that record was broken by Alexis Cheney, who ran a time of 2:22.55. The thing is, she came in second place. And in the same race, that record was also broken by Catherine Zanate with a time of 2:22.21. So she's the #1 seed going in on tomorrow into the area meet. So we're excited for track to get those athletes advanced to regionals and to the state meet on May 14th. And finally, shout out to McKaylee Chambers and Alex Downing for representing Cole in the San Antonio Sports Basketball All-Star Game on Sunday. I got a chance to go out and see them compete, and that was exciting to see our Cole athletes competing at that level. That's all I have for you. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you.
You too, sir.
See, my sister's still behind you.
And, Madam President, board members, that's my report for the month of April.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 11. The superintendent recommends approving the financial report for March 2026 as submitted.
Manual, any questions?
Any questions?
None.
Okay. Hearing none, is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, I move that the board approve the financial report for March 2026 as submitted.
Second.
Thank you. Okay. It has been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the financial report for March 2026 as submitted, signify by raising your hand, saying aye, and stating your name.
I will work.
I, Rebecca Zelinski.
I am Braxton second.
I, Andrea Nicholas. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Agenda item number 12. 2025-2026 Extended School Year Services Program for the Military School District's Special Education Cooperative.
The information is in your packet, and it has the dates, the times for summer, and it will be held at Fort Sam Elementary, for supporting students from Randolph, Lackland, and Fort Sam. And we offer extended school year for 8 weeks, 4 in June, 4 in July, and let's see how many students start.
We don't have the number, the count yet
We have 20.
so far, and that can grow, correct?
We have 20 right now, sir, but again, we offer based on data that the teachers present.
Right.
And sometimes parents do decline because they have plans in the summer, or they feel that it's better to give the students a break too. And as my colleagues were sharing the dates from elementary and secondary, our co-op students are part of that. I just want you to know the celebration involves all students, including the students at the co-op academy.
Cool. Thank you.
And then on a lighter note, I thought this was navy blue when I left this morning. I'm sitting back there, I'm like, this is not navy blue.
No, it's not.
You're fine.
That's the kind of day I have. I've done this twice. Dr. Janetta can vouch for it.
Maybe it's the lighting in your house.
I don't know, my eyes, I don't know, it could be a mixture, sir.
Let me know when you're leaving, driving home, so get out in front of you.
I will make sure that the headlights are on.
I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that the co-op the summer program will operate for 8 weeks. When is that going to actually start? Is
It
it like
starts,
right after school is
June
let out?
15th.
June 15th.
Yes, ma'am. June 15th is when it starts, and July 16th is the last day. And it is 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, with a week off for the July 4th week.
And of that 20 students,
Yes, ma'am.
Lackland, Randolph, and Fort Sam, what is the makeup?
We have 4 from Randolph, 2 from Blackman, and the rest are for San, yes, sir. As of right now.
As of now.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Cool.
Thank you, Dr. Sultan.
Thank you, ma'am.
Appreciate it. And looking forward to that video at the end, you know,
Yes,
that,
sir. Yes, sir.
like that.
Agenda item number 13. The superintendent recommends approving the 2026-2031 strategic plan as submitted.
Folks, last board meeting, we presented our strategic plan. As we stated, this process started in October, up until, I believe, February or March. Colonel Retired Braxton II made a recommendation that we table it for this meeting so that board members could have enough time, because I know it was a lot to digest, a lot of information. So that's why we're here. Mr. White, I think, submitted some questions. No other board members, I think they have their questions already answered, so I'm recommending we approve it. Sweet and simple.
Are there any questions? Is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion that we approve the 2026 through 2031 strategic plan as submitted last board meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the 2026-2031 strategic plan as submitted, signify by raising your hand, saying aye, and stating your name.
I, Aaron Braxton II.
I, Willie White.
Hi, Rebecca Swanson.
I, Andrea Nicholas. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes.
So with that being said, we didn't want to show this until it was approved. So this is the collective work that from district, camp, students, community, this is what we produce. So we hope community and board members enjoy this brief little video. This district is so special and it's in my heart. From our culture to our students, to our community, to our faculty and staff.
It is small in community, so it's very tight-knit.
They're really welcoming, and we all come from military backgrounds. That just brings us closer together. And growing up here, I made a lot of great connections with all the people here. So I think that's what makes this such a great place.
It's kind of like a home away from home. You know, I get to come here and do God's work on an everyday basis. I get to interact with students, parents, with teachers.
My students are always excited to learn.
Our students here at Fort Sam Houston ISD are great. They're military connected, so of course they are unique. They come with so many life experiences. We get kids from all over different states, different countries.
Being able to see our kids learn and grow from the elementary all the way up to at least 5th grade is always a privilege, because they move around so much as military families that we don't always get to see that.
To see them come and feel so welcomed and so loved by every staff member here is just amazing to me. It gives me goosebumps all the time.
Coming from a parent perspective, I think my favorite part about this district in particular is the fact that we feel like people and not a number. So our kids are individualized here, and I appreciate that. What I hope to see in the next 5 years is just continuous growth.
Our district is being proactive of how to improve.
We just got done putting together our strategic plan, which is a 5-year plan that we will get to see roll out. So that's something that's going to be very super exciting to be on that journey.
The strategic plan shows how committed we are to student success. Our district is putting in the time, the effort to make sure all of our learners are successful in all capacities of their life.
My vision for this district in the next 5 years is to look beyond the regular scope and sequence. I want us to think outside the box. You know, we always say we're trying to get our students ready for the 21st century, but more so, we want our kids to be kind, loving folks of society. With that, being successful wherever they go, whether it's workforce, whether it's college, whether it's military, wherever they choose to go after they graduate, they are successful. And they will hopefully know that Fort Sam Houston always will be home.
I'm just so proud to be here, to see this district grow and how passionate everybody is to make our students and our staff and our district as a whole just better.
Get your sunglasses because it's bright.
In 5 years, we want our students at Fort Sam Houston Independent School District to leave us empowered. We want them to lead with compassion and kindness.
The future of Fort Sam Houston ISD is bright, and I'm happy that I'm part of it.
Go Cougars!
So, we're very excited about this work we're about to embark on. It's going to be very difficult, very challenging, but we're very rewarding. You know, watching this video, I'll kind of give you a little insight. Dr. Shanetta was texting me, blowing my phone, hey, you seen the video? You seen the video? Watching some Andy Griffith, but anyways. But, you know, watching this video for the first time kind of teared me up. Didn't have anything about, well, like I said before last month. Not going to change those outcomes. That's not going to happen, folks, until we change adult behaviors. Until we change adult behaviors. That's how we're going to have this plan become reality. I mean, you hear around the state, San Antonio, that, you know, we have these mission statements, visions. You know, we're preparing our kids for the 21st century, but you look at what's going on in our society with technology, jobs, things evolving, changing on a regular basis. So I truly believe our students are going to accomplish that. I really do. But one of the things I know our discussions in our planning process, we want to, and it was kind of the correlation throughout the tables, our students being kind to one another, to different folks, loving, caring folks. You don't hear that too much in a lot of districts from what our students as they graduate. So very proud of this. Thank you, Dr. Shanetta, Ms. Fuller, Dr. Brennan, everyone, parents, students who are involved in this work. It truly takes a village, so I appreciate it. Thank y'all. And thank you for approving that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Moving forward, agenda item number 14, selection of the district's mathematic instructional curriculum for grades 6 through Algebra 1.
Good evening. We are just gonna, I just have a short presentation about what direction that we went in. Just to give you some background, some context, HB 1605, which was not the last legislature, but the legislature before, the 88th, passed HB 1605 to basically start the push for high quality instructional materials, or HQIM. With that, they changed a lot of the processes about how we adopt and things like that. And so part of that process you see is providing the teachers with grade level vetted resources, the printing, encouraging competition, and in that encouraging competition piece, what happens is the publishers send their packages for whatever they're doing up to the State Board of Education on an annual basis. And the state board reviews everything, and usually in November of each year, they send out the next round of things that have been approved. But everything doesn't get sent at once. And so what we're in now is the middle school math just got on the list this year. So elementary, when they did Bluebonnet, that was because that was ready. So that's the reason why we're not doing K-12 math all at once. It's the way the state's rolling it out through this bill. So it's all about the rigorous, high-quality grade level content, which all the research shows that's how you get kids to succeed. Transparency for parents. Bluebonnet has a public-facing website with parent portals, all of those things, as does everybody else who's on the state board list, which is called the IMRA list, which is the instructional material. What are you? Okay, yeah, that sounds right. I think it's on the slides. I think I put it in the slides. And then the OER, everything is online, it's open educational resource. But a lot of the kids and the parents and the teachers want things to print, so that's why the state helps with the printing if you choose one of their approved things. This is our local policy, and I just point this out. I'm not going to read it to you or anything, because what you're going to see is each part of this in the next couple of slides. It is, the most important part is the second part, talking about who gets input, and to us in the teaching and learning department is that teacher input that is vital. Because no teacher's going to want to teach something that they don't believe in and they can't get behind, and that's understandable. So this was our process. Okay, so TEA approved their HQIM in November, and so all the lists come out, and we actually were using something that was already on the list. But we went to the teachers and we said, now is an opportunity for you guys to look at this stuff and to decide, are you going to continue or do you want to switch? So the teachers began to explore the curriculum and use the lessons in their classes. So what they were doing was that we were doing our own pilot, basically. The instructional coaches and the teachers also use the rubrics that the State Board of Education uses to vet the materials. We use the same thing. We're looking for the same things that they are. Okay? Then secondly, once the teachers make a decision, we start to gather quotes from the vendors, and choices are presented to you, as we are doing right now. The school board can then vote to adopt or not adopt. If they don't adopt, we go back to step one. If not, we go to the next step, which is the purchase. And then the materials are ordered. And then I wanted to put this at the end because this is a very, very common concern with new curricula. We in the teaching and learning department lead professional learning as part of what we do. And it is in our core belief that you cannot expect a teacher to get a brand new curriculum and turn it around in a couple of months and then teach it. We provide intensive, customized implementation support for our staff in the middle school, in the elementary school, in the high school. These teachers are led through things. We have PLCs, we have professional learning days. We give them all the support that we can possibly come up with, and we do that in partnership with our thought partners and with our service center. And my personal opinion, I truly believe that one of the reasons for our success is the care that we take to make sure teachers are supported and helped through their new curriculum. So if you accept this one tonight, we will begin the process for onboarding all of the middle school teachers for their new curriculum. So they picked Bluebonnet. These are the costs, the student and print teachers editions, and then the IMRA. IMRA does not allow, oh yeah, it's right there, instructional materials review and allotment. So the IMRA is not allowed, I guess you would say, it's not a legal part of the bill for them to cover digital, but we are a very technology-driven school, and the digital courses allow the teachers to assign things for kids to do at home, to do in class, to take assessments, and all of that's housed then in that platform, and kids don't have to carry books back and forth. If you, and you will see them eventually, but if you've ever seen the size of the workbooks that are given to students, they are enormous. They are like, I'm not kidding, they're like that thick, and there's 2 of them. And so you don't want kids, I mean, they already carry too much in their backpack, so we don't want them doing that. So they use the print stuff in the classroom, and then they can do stuff digitally, or they can just tear pages out too. But that's not covered by IMRA. We use our EMAT money, which is our educational materials allotment, to pay for that part. And then, so I said they did pick Bluebonnet, so I wanted to tell you why they picked Bluebonnet. So they were currently using Agile Minds, which was also accepted. They were adopted as well. I mean, the state board adopted them, not us. In Agile Minds, it's an exploratory math curriculum. It's rooted in real-world applications and complex problem solving. The problem is the technology piece of it is incredibly difficult for the teachers and the students to access it. Their technology is outdated. It does not provide for a lot of the things, the analysis, the housing of the student work, all of that stuff. On the other side, the things, when we went and met with the teachers when they made their decision, this is what they told us. They said, Bluebonnet on itself is a good curriculum, but when you tie it into the fact that our kids are now going to have a Bluebonnet curriculum from kindergarten all the way through Algebra 2, that continuity and the continuity of how things are taught was highly important to them. It helps to build success from the younger grades, and it builds on each year. It's also a little bit more conceptual than what most people are used to. Math is moving to a more conceptual balance of logarithmic or algorithmic and conceptual. They liked Bluebonnet because it provides more practice and more support for our learners, for both our struggling learners, our advanced learners, and for on-grade level learners. Multiple implementation supports through the LEA, that's our district, of course, the LASSO grants, which you've heard about on and off throughout the year. But LASSO comes from the state of Texas. They're the Learning Acceleration Support Opportunity Grants, excuse me. They also build in not just implementation support for teachers, but for administrators to support teachers. And then ESE 20, which is our regional service center. And then it is compatible with the Promethean boards. There's also a video component that Agile Minds doesn't have, where the teachers can take these videos, send them home, and if the kids are doing homework, they can bring up the video, and it's an actual teacher teaching the process that they learned in class. I don't know if any of you struggled in math like I did, but I would know everything, especially in trigonometry, and then when I got home and did my homework, I was like, I didn't learn anything that day. So it would have been great to have a virtual teacher to help me with my trig homework. But I don't even teach trig anymore, that's how old I am, but anyway. They both are well scaffolded. They both have opportunities for productive struggle, which is very important. It's part of our math framework here at Fort Sam. They did have comparable rigor, and student discourse is required in both. And so the teachers were very comfortable with making that decision to switch from Agile Minds to Bluebonnet. And just incidentally, this is probably getting in the weeds, but they are Bluebonnet, but they're not called Bluebonnet sometimes because they come from Carnegie Learning, which writes Bluebonnet. So it's not actually, that's why Algebra 2 and Geometry are not part of the presentation, because they're not under adoption. We already use them. And so, but I wanted to include it because of the continuity piece. And that is it.
what they're gonna use. The curriculum is the what. It needs to be high quality and it needs to be on grade level. And curriculum is a lot, so when she said books like this that nobody wants to store in their room, that's curriculum. And so for us, what you're gonna see is, we already had an almost 9%, 10% growth in math in 1 year this past year at that elementary. Again, it's the what. The curriculum is very important. You can be the best teacher in the world, but they have to know that curriculum. And it has to be on grade level. So we've seen it work, but it's the supports we're giving a teacher. Whereas Agile Minds was a high quality curriculum, you use the vendor to get the supports. With Bluebonnet, because it is a Texas curriculum, the supports you're getting and the monetary behind it is a lot more than you would if you used Agile Minds. And it is, we have Region 20 instructional coaches coming in to support. They come in and do walkthroughs. They take the teachers through internalizations. They support our instructional coaches. So the days are gone where a vendor comes in the beginning of the school year and gives you a 2-day training, and you're the expert. Ms. Belcher's going with it, and she's going with it. It doesn't work that way. And so for us, their input was very important, and every single one of them want to move from Agile Minds to Bluebonnet. And I'm in agreement with it because of the continuity. I didn't like changing 1 year after the other, but math is where we have gaps nationwide, and we're closing those gaps. And nothing replaces a teacher, but if I don't give the teacher the best curriculum out there, then she's behind 8 ball. So you're gonna be seeing under House Bill 1605, they have a cycle of, eventually they're hitting up every single content area with a high quality material. And it's up to it's a local decision by district to decide whether they want to adopt what's on the state board, high quality, or keep using what they want that's not on there. Okay? And so you guys, this is gonna keep coming to you. Next it'll be maybe CTE, then science, and so on and so on. This is the new process. I am very happy that TA is in the curriculum business because our teachers, we didn't go to school to be curriculum writers. And we're small and we don't have a curriculum department. You looking at it. And so for us, we need the supports. And I'm happy with their decision. And if they would have came to me and said, Nina, I want to stay with Agile Minds and here are the reasons why, I would have accepted that as well. As long as they have the supports and they have a high quality resource. If they want to make the switch and we're going to support them in every door.
I have one question, and it may, well, let me ask it.
Okay.
Do we know if Bluebonnet, that the curriculum is one that could be supported through our tutor.com?
Or what?
Through tutor.com. If there are tutors out there that can help support our students if they log on
We can
with
find out for you.
Bluebonnet.
I'm gonna say so because many districts in the state of Texas are using Bluebonnet math. And so, but I can find out. And tutor.com is a business, right? And so, they're gonna want to do it. So we can find out for you because we know our kids use it. So we use that. And they've been using it at the elementary, so I'm thinking maybe yes. Let me find out. We have Bluebonnet at the elementary. Yes, ma'am.
Fully supportive of the transition, especially with the buy-in of the teachers who are gonna be implementing this. But what I wanna do is make sure that especially as we start to look at different curriculum opportunities, that it is fully linked back to our strategic plan that we just proved for Strand 1 for academic excellence, and then how that onboarding of this, if it gets approved tonight, how that will look over time, and then the metrics that follow it. I wanna make sure every time we're doing this, student outcomes linked to our strategic plan, and it just continues to feed itself. So,
This work is in that strand of academic experience, and so the support they get is all year. So it doesn't just happen in the beginning of the school year, that they work through their curriculum pretty much almost every day at Cole. And so it's not easy to learn curriculum and then learn how to use it. It's not easy. These teachers have been doing it. They're amazing. So with your approval, if you guys will, then we will go ahead and get it ordered so we ensure that it's here in time to start school.
Yes, so if I could, quickly. And so I know you talked about more practice, more resources, more support to students, but the real support is to the teachers, right? That's actually teaching the curriculum.
They get the support.
And so, I'm with Colonel Zanate, it's the buy-in, because they will execute the task at hand. But if I feel valued in the room of the decision-making, I'm gonna execute that because I've taken ownership of that. I've agreed to that. And so I appreciate you guys that you've reached out to the teachers for the buy-in, but also the new teachers that we know gonna be coming on board. They're gonna be coming from probably, Agile Minds or somewhere else, right? And so I know that we have an onboarding process, but I'm not sure, is that part of that, is the onboarding with curriculum?
We do teach the learning piece and the curriculum piece, yes.
Okay.
So they know what they're learning. Also, like Ms. Herlick said, our amazing, one of the amazing math teachers, Nicole, is, I won't be around forever. And so if a new teacher comes in my place, I want them to have Blue Bonnet, because it truly gives them everything, so they can spend the time making it fit them and their kids and learning how to use it, instead of spending all the time trying to create lessons. And so that's the purpose behind high quality instructional materials in this state. And actually, it's nationwide.
I can just tell you that math and science, right, those are very critical career, subject matters, right? And you would be, you talk to a child and you say, a kid would tell you, well, I'm not good at math. Who told you that? I'm not good in science. Who told you that, right? Have you really applied yourself, right? Did you have the curriculum, the foundation, right, to get after math and science? And so I appreciate the work that you guys have put into this.
Thank you.
Any questions? I know we had some, but is anybody pondering anything else?
I think it's an excellent program.
Appreciate the feedback.
Is there,
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, I motion to approve the new math curricula for from grade 6 to algebra 1 as presented.
Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor of adopting the new math curriculum for grades 6 through algebra 1 as presented, signify by raising your hand, saying aye, and stating your name.
I, Rebecca Zimmerman.
I, Aaron Braxton, second.
I, Emily White.
I, Andrea Nicholas. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Agenda item number 15. 2026-2027 Fort Sam Houston ISD Employee/Board of Trustee Responsible Use Agreement for Technology Resources.
We do this annually, so Ms. Rodriguez, you have the calm.
Yes, sir. So the 2026-27 Employee and Board Member Responsible Use Agreement, or the RUA, has been updated slightly to include verbiage as it pertains to AI. We added some clarification on the programs that we have approved for district use, as well as usage of AI that is within the district approved software and applications. Other than that, it's
Do y'all have any questions?
So what does that mean that with the AI, the introduction of AI into?
Yes, so we just made a few clarifications because we have district approved AI usage, and also we've approved software that includes AI in it, and so we just included some verbiage to clarify that this is what's been district approved, and any software that has it embedded in it is also. Just for
Source
protection.
protection, yeah, absolutely.
And folks, myself and Ms. Novak was at officer investment training this morning, and a lot of software, things that in terms of finances, curriculum, AI, that was a big hot discussion with change and trying to protect technology and passwords and all that through AI. It was mind blowing. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, and we are starting to work on policies and procedures in terms of AI. You know, that's gonna be the direction, right? We can't stop it. So, yeah, so we're trying to stay ahead of it. As you know, it's changing each and every day, so.
None. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
Is there a motion to approve?
Madam President, I move that your board approve the 2026-2027 Fort Sam Houston ISD Board of Trustees Responsible Use Agreement for Technology Resources as submitted.
Is there a second? All in favor of approving the 2026-2027 Fort Sam Houston ISD Employee/Board of Trustee Responsible Use Agreement for Technology Resources as submitted, signify by raising your hand, saying aye, and stating your name.
I, Willie White.
I, Rebecca Zanati.
I, Aaron Bryson, second.
Aye, Andrea Nicholas. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Agenda item number 16 affords us to go into closed meeting as authorized by Texas Government Code, section 551.071. Ready for it? The time is now 6:22 and the board will move into closed session.